Pokemon after 25 years is finally ending. News dropped out today. We are gonna get 11 episodes January 3rd, 2023. And after that, we're switching up to new characters. So Ash's legacy is done.
Finish.
After
no more Ash.
After the next couple of months.
No more Ash.
No, that shit hurts. That shit hurts.
Nah, sometimes you just gotta sit your ass down. You've been running around the world. You've been running around the world since I was a kid, and you've been 10 this whole time. You finally won your Pokemon League. You finally champion. You know what I'm saying? Take your win. Take your rest. So I'm glad that they actually exploring, like they're gonna be exploring. Like it's not gonna be just Ash. It's not gonna be Ash at all anymore. I've always liked that his supporting characters changed. Like, it wasn't always Brock and Misty. You know what I'm saying? After a while, it was May. That was her name, right? The chick from
Ruby Sapphire. The brother, right?
Yeah, I think she had a brother. But yeah, I'm just happy that I'm real hyped that he's finally taking a rest, taking a bow.
Man, I ain't watched Pokemon in years. When it first came out, it was something new to all of us. And became something special. You get the cards and stuff. More of a Yu-Gi-Oh person. But one thing I can say, the games, they've all been classics. Even though it's been the same concept for the past, 25 years?
Yeah.
People still go for it.
Yeah,
they did change it with Pokemon Go. That was something new. But, I mean, people was getting, getting poked up for all types of shit, but
real life Team Rocket.
It was something new. So
real life Team Rocket.
Yeah. And what was the other one? Pokemon Coliseum. I think that was what it was called, right? That was pretty cool.
The joint for the one for the consoles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Stadium Coliseum.
One of those, but at the end of the day, it's just the same concept. For as far as video games, people they love it.
Yeah, the concept stays alive. That's what's good about Pokemon. The concept is so strong that you don't need the main character, because like you don't play with Ash in the game. You play with your own character.
So that's
you still deal with his journey.
That's why I'm really glad that they sat him down. Because when we playing the games, we're not playing with Ash. I mean, in the earlier gens, we kind of was. But even then, they wasn't calling him Ash. They was calling him Red.
Yeah, I ain't freaking out of my Pokemon. What you talking about? I'm playing
I'm playing me. Right. And then my rival name is not Gary. It's like some name that I picked out myself. Or the name, the default name was Blue. Right? Butthole. And if you let them pick, they're going to name
generic name.
Right. Silver, gold. Like, who the hell? No.
Because I ain't play. I think the only one I played was Yellow.
That's like first gen.
Well, yeah, what was the one with Ho-Ho on it?
Silver.
That's gold.
So,
gold and silver, yeah.
Yeah, gold.
Yellow, gold, a Charizard one.
Red.
Was red.
So they was real simple with they wasn't really
basic,
there wasn't no complex. There wasn't no complex thing. It only started recently.
Then I went off the crayon box.
Yeah, then after all that, next one was
the advanced series, like the little weird shit. Or you skipped those.
You never played Ruby?
I ain't played.
No Ruby, no Sapphire, no Emerald.
Oh, none of those. I ain't played Pokemon. Like I said, I like Yu-Gi-Oh, so all that shit was. Never played it. But one thing I like watching people play Pokemon. I just can't play it myself.
That's fair.
Okay.
Then I bought Shield. Came out like 3 years ago.
3 years ago, yeah.
I played Shield for a little bit, and then I realized like, dang, you gotta do a lot of grinding. This just ain't for me.
So you don't like games that you gotta grind in?
I think I'm still on. I don't even think I got my first badge yet.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Did you recently
because I was sitting down playing it and I was like, I just can't do that shit.
You recently got Shield or Sword?
I got it probably like a year after it came out. So like 2019, 2020,
yeah.
One of those.
2020.
Like 2020 is when I got it and I played it, and then I mean, every now and then I turn it on and look at it, but that shit get cut the fuck off. Like, y'all good? Cut that
Not
shit
good.
off.
Like Neopets.
Because it's like,
you don't feed them.
if you have everything is new, so all the Pokemon and shit is like, alright, these not the old ones. You gotta find a new one to love. Then all the old Pokemon you see, you want them, but they shit now. There's so many good ones now, so
It's a nostalgia thing, huh?
yeah, basically for me.
Yeah, I see. You like, you know what? I like ya, but I ain't the one.
Y'all not the ones.
They're not the shooters out here.
I need me some
Except
Venus.
for,
My hyper beam at.
Where hyper beam?
What was it?
What's the new move
I
that
mean,
they
it's
got?
a couple of new
Boy,
ones.
they got so much shit.
Yeah.
They
So
got,
I do like that they kept the same formula, but changed it up just a smidge to like keep it interesting. So like, even with the Arceus thing, they went back in time to show us what they was doing with the Pokemon. Then I was like
Yeah.
curious,
Came
like
out last year, right?
what the hell niggas was doing with those Pokeballs? How you was catching
Yeah.
Pokemon then? Because from my understanding, Professor Oak created Pokeballs.
yeah. So you be like, yeah, 'cause that's the first OG. That's the homie over here with the little. Hey, boy, you wanna catch Pokemon? Like, bro,
But before that,
you tell me the whole history.
yeah, like they started putting real lore into this. I'm like, all right, cool. And then, so I stopped playing after the DS series. Like, Black and White is when I stopped playing. That's the one with Reshiram and Zekrom. That's
That's the
It
what
was
city?
like-
That's the New York one, right?
that's the one I look like New
Man, it's
York.
like
yeah.
based off New York.
See, yeah, this shit in New York. Let me
Had to throw
let me
my
get this.
fitted on.
Gotta get them fitted.
I'm walking out with a do-rag. You feel me? So,
I did not play none of those.
yeah,
None of them.
I stopped there. Once they came out with like, it was like Omega Ruby and like Alpha Sapphire. I'm like,
Sapphire, yeah.
I'm not buying that.
Pokemon was never on the consoles, like PlayStation. They were never on any of them.
Nah.
So that's all I played was Xbox and PlayStation. So I never had the chance for real.
Yeah.
And then I would have to whatchamacallit? I would have to buy because I didn't have a
The console that they was on.
Yeah, the
I had-
handheld.
I never had none of those until I got older, and I was like, all right, what was I missing
Yeah,
out
older
on?
one.
Like, man, this shit ain't it. It's cool though, but this shit ain't it.
It is a lot of
I
grinding.
can't
don't get that.
I can't talk because I got back into Pokemon on their last handheld game. Cause the last one before I played that was Diamond and Pearl for the first DS. The first
The
DS that
initial
came out.
release. The initial
Because I
release.
had the Switch, and then the Switch they came out with a Diamond and Pearl version that lets you battle your friends off your DS, but you play it on the big screen. So that was like the first time I was like, I bet there's some cool concept. Like I like this console game, like you were saying, Cole, like the Pokemon Coliseum and the Gala, like the ones that actually came out for the systems.
Yeah.
They was semi good. They just never let you like fully enjoy your Pokemon journey. Like they had
Yep.
these set Pokemon to catch.
I found out you can emulate all this shit. Shit was over. I was like, I wasn't missing out on nothing. You just emulate the shit, and then you can the mods and all that shit for it, the randomized mods and all that shit.
Oh, yeah,
it make
bro.
the game way more funner.
That's how I played Emerald. I played it in Japanese because I had the emulator and that shit was out. I had a strategy guide right here, and then the game playing. I said, all right, what he learning?
Yeah.
I bet. Let me move this kanji over here. Nah, but what got me back into Pokemon was the Sun and Moon series that dropped out for the DSi. Because it was like, it was Pokemon's first new big change before the Mega Evolutions that came out in the previous year. And in that one, they gave you the ability to fight 16 gym leaders. They gave you the possibility to catch in all 900 something Pokemon. Where like, if you didn't know the Pokemon, you still can capture all the old ones that you did to get you comfortable with them.
Right.
And that game grind level was way easier. So I was like, all right, y'all got me back. It wasn't like Sword and Shield, like you said. Sword and Shield was kind of like a grinding game because it was like the first one back on console for them. Because, the Switch is like a handheld console. Shit weird. So I was like, you caught me with this. And what they started doing is that instead of people just losing their Pokemon in their last game, they made it where you can transfer your Pokemon, so you won't feel like you have to do that all over again.
I like that.
Yeah. So like, because I grinded in the last game, I was like, okay, I can just transfer these Pokemons over. You still fake gotta grind because the availability of getting those Pokemon from the old games ain't always available as soon as the game drop.
Right.
But like, you still had that comfort that was like, I'm not doing this all over again. I'm not doing this all over again. I'm just kind of like upping my Pokédex since it's new Pokemon and then Pokemon you can't catch. So like, I went through Shield. Shield was pretty damn good. They let you customize your character fully, my clothes, outfit wise. They gave you open world, like you can see the Pokemon for the first time, and also gave you online play where you can see other players on the screen too.
Okay.
Shit was buggy as shit though,
Nintendo
ain't that well with internet. I be feeling sometimes in some of their online games, but that was a big push to Pokemon, which made me be like, you know what? Maybe the same concept, but I see you guys adding change.
They trying to evolve.
So let me just keep following up. Yeah, trying to evolve this shit. And I end up getting the new series, Scarlet and that's
Scarlet and Violet.
That's a different breed of Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie, man. It makes you feel like you're playing the show. You're not playing a Pokemon game no more. You're actually in this bitch. Like, you gotta watch your Pokemon.
You have to bathe them.
That ass rub your nigga and then hit him with the hose. And the nigga will be like, I like this. This is cool. And then, they added like a heart system in the previous game. Like before, like making Pokemon happy which make them evolve. Now it's like, I can remove this paralyze because I like it. My trainer, he uses me a lot. I can survive this hit that's gonna crit me because I love this nigga. I love this nigga. So you just like,
they be trying harder.
That Pikachu shit.
Pokemon be trying harder. I love that. That got me out of so many jams in the last game. It was really there's some times where I'm like, all right, so y'all kind of OD'd. I was fighting the Elite Four in Brilliant Diamond, and I'm on like the last. I'm fighting what's her name with the dragon? She got the Garchomp. Cynthia. I'm fighting her.
Cynthia. That bitch.
I'm on her last Pokemon. I'm on her last Pokemon. Well, she's on her last Pokemon. I'm on my last Pokemon. And I think my last Pokemon was Empoleon. She had Garchomp. Garchomp is killing me. I think he did like Earthquake or some shit. And if you know what Empoleon is, he's still water. So any type of ground move, he's fucking me up. I survived. I survived just cause Empoleon did not want me to be sad. And I'm like, yes, let's go. So I'm able to like heal up again and force this motherfucker to waste his earthquakes. It went like that for, I think like five turns, 5 times. It was like a one-shot KO type thing, and I was just on that 1 HP. It was like, it endured the hit just because it didn't want to see you sad. And it just kept doing that for 5 turns. And I'm like, if Pokemon was really like this, man, this is how it would be in the show. This is exactly how it is in the show, man. So I'm so happy that they added that system in. I do think it does go overboard. Like how, because that 5 times was consecutive. That was like earthquake. He was really spamming that shit. So I was I withstood that, and I was able to eventually beat him. But still, I just really love that they add that. They should like tweak that just a smidge to where it's like the probability has to be different. Because that shit happening back to back like that, unless the Pokemon is
they
like
know. The computer knows.
Right. Like,
you know what? You know what it was? It was giving you the plot armor. That was your starter Pokemon. It's like you get the little plot armor probability.
Right.
Let's sprinkle that shit on real quick.
Give me my plot armor, man. I really like that they added
You
that.
main character. I'm the main character.
It's me. I'm him. We beat Cynthia, and the rest was history. Nobody was sad. I was dumb hype. I'm over here panicking, switching hand. I'm like, yo, I'm not fighting these people again. I'm not doing it. I didn't have to.
Yo, I think when I was streaming that shit, I got real emotional with that game, bro. Those ain't fake emotions. I was really like, You gotta fucking survive this shit.
Because if I had that in a regular Diamond and Pearl, that would have helped a whole bunch. And it's not just because of Cynthia. When these games drop initially, they be hard. They be really tough. And I was so used to like the earlier gens and how like kind of it wasn't like easy.
Freeze that past that shit.
It wasn't easy, but it was simple. It was simpler than this.
Attack! Tackle attack!
There's attack.
Like the
easy,
status, the status moves, the ones that like poison you, lower your accuracy, them shits really
that wasn't
work.
a thing.
Them shits really work. And diamond and gold and silver and them.
That shit wasn't.
And tail whip wasn't tail whipping, you know. So it feels different.
It wasn't tail whip.
Even when they're recovering on their own, you recover just because, you know what I'm saying, so you don't have to use a berry or some shit like that. That's fire to me. Because there be times in the show I'm like, how the hell, you was just poisoned. You was just paralyzed. You just got body slammed and you immobilized. What are you doing?
Nigga said, pika.
They really threw some anime, they gave you some plot armor. I give them that.
I do gotta say this though about the new series that's coming out. They did change the cast is gonna be a girl and a black boy as the new characters.
Subarashi.
Yeah, doing good. Homie got the little fade with the little curl top on shit going on.
My son was with the sponge.
He got the fade with the little curls, you know.
Of course.
Looking like my boy Player King cosplay, you know.
Of course. Yeah. He gonna have a little jump with him to get his.
And I think he wears his hat like this.
Terrible.
They got the Chip Skylark.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, but that's exciting. Glad Pokemon is finally moving. We're finally getting a new series that doesn't involve this nigga Ash, because this nigga need to start his life. This nigga been
please, bro.
10 for too long.
Wonder how he gonna look.
I had seen. I think this was like just fan art though. I had seen one where he was like 18, and the names of the moves was like crazy, like.
Nah, I think that was a fan art. He was like using a Pokemon, right? He was like pointing at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fan art.
I like to see time skip Ash just to see what they look like.
I got to. You know what's crazy? They came out with a mobile game called Pokemon Masters, and they made everybody older than that. Even like nigga Red from Blue version, Red version, what we was playing with, he's older there with Gary. But Ash is still 10.
God, Ash is still 10. My son Gary, I'm surprised he's not on child support. We're gonna let's segue into